Hey guys, it's Tracy with Tracy Thrift Fit here with Jason, the thrift trader. We're just here doing a live working hangout. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to do so. We are just hanging out. So ask us anything. See what I can get started on.
Awesome. Yes, I'm going to be busy cross-posting stuff from my eBay store to Poshmark. I've got about 130 pair of shoes that I need to get listed. So,
do you have a goal for tonight?
Oh man, I doubt I get all of those done, but I can do about 20 to 25 an hour. So we'll see how far I get.
There you go. Right now, I am working on listing for eBay. You guys pardon the mess in the background. We did not clean up before we decided to go live. So,
this is what mine always looks like. So everybody's used to seeing this.
I'm definitely used to that. But this actually is my workspace, doubles as our bedroom. So all of that junk back there is life and how we plug in all of our electronics. So I'm afraid that's here for the long haul. Anyway. So
Land Shark Picker says, you want to see mess? Oh man, like literally I got here, you guys might know what this is. Here's my deathbed, and it's actually only half full right now, so I'm doing something good.
I need one of those, but then I also need somewhere to put it. So before I get started, I'm going to refill on my wine. And I have wine in the closet right now. That's why you can't see me.
You got wine in the closet. I think that's kind of a general assumption. If you're a reseller, odds are you probably drink alcohol on a semi-regular basis.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, well,
what's going on, Flippin' Hustler? Let's see who all's in here. Flippin' Hustler, Land Shark Picker, Kelly the Ecom Mom Ward, Skits Emporium, RVA Clips. What was that?
Hey, Justin. Thanks for stopping in. Sorry we're keeping you from going to sleep.
She's a closet drinker, Jameson said. That's funny.
Right. Well, the short story behind that is that we just moved out of the apartment that we've been living in for going on 3 years. And we recently, we haven't been here for a month yet, probably pushing 3 weeks. And we've been living at my mother-in-law's house so that hopefully within the next 6 months or so, we can find our own house. So she agreed to let us squat here. And I get box wine. I'm not going to show you because it's in there. Things would probably avalanche, but you guys know what box wine is.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's like almost as cold in that closet as it is outside. Like you get an icy chill when you open that closet door. So it's perfect for keeping wine. But the point is to not have that huge box of wine sitting in her refrigerator.
Nice. What you ought to do is get a little mini fridge and convert it kind of like somewhat like put a tap on the front of it, and put your box of wine inside of it.
That would be epic. There we go. Let me make sure I can still hear you on my AirPods. You still hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I want to make sure I didn't need to put my one back in. It was trying to die on me. Let's see. I'm going to look at the chat right quick. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Jameson's Closet. Jameson's Closet, if you get, or Connie, if you get to where you figured it out and you want to jump in the Google Hangout, you are welcome to do so. You still have the link. Hey, Christine Gamba. Marie is it Parallette and Justin Parallette? I'm assuming that there's either a marriage or some kind of relation there.
There's Wade.
Wade just jumped in. Thanks for stopping in, Wade. I hope you're feeling better. I saw your stories of the vomitus the other day. Ooh.
Yeah, he said that for the first time in 20 years he's puked that wasn't alcohol related.
I cannot say the same. I don't try not to do that anymore, though. Kids and all.
Understood.
So, let's see. Hey, Skits Emporium. You guys are married. Okay, gotcha. That's cool. I knew there had to be something there. See if I missed anybody. Hey, Flippin' Hustler. I'm gonna try not to show you guys all the top of my head most of the time while I'm reading the chat, because the last few videos that I have done were me trying to read what people were saying in the chat, and there was a lot of shots of my hairline. So trying not to be that awkward this time.
Skit said, "Hey, Jason, listed media at the bowling alley sold a book from yesterday already. That's awesome. Did you? You're talking about listing on Amazon, is that correct?"
So I picked up a Banana Republic 80% wool, 20% cashmere, so cashmere blend sweater. We'll be going up tonight. Super soft. Nice. I've already gotten my pictures taken of these things, so I just basically have to do the measurements now and throw a quick description up of it.
Man, there's 17 people watching. You guys hit the like button. Subscribe to Tracy if you haven't.
Yes, thank you. It would be greatly appreciated, guys. Also, if you are members of any Facebook groups that would allow you to post the link to our live YouTube, that would be awesome as well. All right.
So yeah, guys, it's not going to be an excessively eventful and, sit on the edge of your chair type of show tonight. Okay. Both of us are working. I'm not working yet, but I'm about to get started. But, just so you know, if you're looking for suspense, you're not going to find it here.
I put it in the chat, but thank you for subscribing, Skits. Oh my gosh. So I did wash this shirt when I got it home, and I don't recall if it was doing this when I got it or not, but I'll show you, Jason, and see if you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, the letters are kind of peeling a little.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's the value. Cubs. Yeah. It's a little Cubs baseball tee.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't keep up with baseball really, so I don't know who that is.
Soto. Let me look.
I just thought it was cool with the big Cubs logo on the front.
Giovanni Soto. That's who it is. He's a baseball catcher who is a free agent. He's played in Major League Baseball for the Chicago Cubs, Texas Rangers, Oakland A's, the Angels, and the White Sox.
Oh, wow.
He's currently, I think he's currently with the White Sox. I might be wrong.
Oh, so my jersey's kind of irrelevant now.
I don't know. Let me double check that. Nope, I think he's with the Cubs.
Really? Well, that's good then. Awesome. Thank you for looking that up.
You're welcome.
Mike says hi, but he's playing World of Warcraft and not working. Dad's Vintage Garage says he found a new app for RA for wine. Well, I'm gonna need you to definitely hook me up with that. If you guys were wondering where I am, I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Box wine sounds pretty fine. Yeah. I'm having Chardonnay right now. I still can't get over she's a closet drinker.
Justin, you're about 45 minutes north of Portland, Oregon. Do you ever run across Wade in your own ventures?
Hey, TW Holiday. Thanks for stopping in. We're doing a working hangout right now, so nothing crazy exciting, but if you want to watch us work for a few minutes.
Old swamp pickers in the house.
Hey, Swamp Picker.
Chris, Liquidation, Ohio. What's up, brother?
Hey, Chris. Currently looking up comps for this Chaps denim sweater. It's been pretty good so far. Let's look at sold.
Holy cow, we've got 24 people in here. You guys are amazing. I hope all of y'all are working and not doing what I'm doing, and that's not working.
Kelly's econ mom says that she's researching men's shoes now.
Good.
You guys put in the chat if you are currently, or if you have a YouTube channel and are actually doing videos. I'm curious to see how many of you are. Can you guys hear my husband in the background?
Mm-hmm.
You're snowed in, Jamie? I'm not snowed in per se, but the roads are kind of slushy. I think we got about 3 or 4 inches here in Fort Wayne yesterday. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would see a video of my son, who is 7, out trying his best to, shovel our driveway. It's pretty humorous. "17 inches of snow. Oh my gosh."
Oh man, I don't even know what I would do in that situation. Good thing I've got a death pile so I could survive, listing for days and days without having to source.
That's exactly what I tell my husband, but I have a whole bag of stuff right here, sitting here on the floor. And he's like, "You don't need to go back to Goodwill until you get all this stuff listed." And I'm like, "But what happens if we get snowed in?" And then it snowed like the next day. And I went to Goodwill on Friday and got several good things. And I knew, I had been looking at the news, and I knew that we were going to get some snow, but I did not know that I really wouldn't be able to go Saturday. And Saturday just happened to be the Goodwill entire store half off day sale. So
Heck yeah.
hopefully I went and got all the good stuff before the sale. I know they probably put out new stuff on Saturday as well, but
Okay. Let me figure this out. How am I going to do this?
Hey, Nevermore Antiques. So I need to know what you guys call this kind of neck on a sweater. I'm gonna try to get some more light. I don't know. I usually have a lamp that I point at me, not a ring light or anything fancy like that, which I'm going to get one very, very shortly.
It's like a
But
really wide turtleneck. Is it a cowl neck
I
sweater,
think
maybe?
so. I'm gonna try to hold it where maybe you can kind of see it a little.
Yeah.
But the neck is really tall.
Is that a Ralph Lauren piece?
It is a chap piece.
I think you still got some money there.
See how like the neck is like super long like that?
What's that made of?
Look. Side seam tag. It is 100% cotton, actually. It's not wool or anything like that. When I saw it come out on the new rack at the store, I ran over to it thinking it was a Pendleton piece. But I'm not disappointed because I know the pattern will help it sell. So
Yeah,
my
cowl
lighting
neck.
is bad. Cowl neck is what you would go with.
Yeah.
I'm thinking too. Then it's got the drawstring at the top of the neck.
That's a women's sweater, I think.
Yeah.
I'm comping this thing for you because I'm curious.
I had it pulled up too.
Here's the same one with the key term Navajo, or it could be Southwest.
Yeah, I had Aztec and
30.
tribal and all of that.
Let's see. I'm going to say Southwest.
That's from my research results. That's the most expensive one that's sold so far.
What, the 30?
Yep. Which is okay with me.
I'm actually surprised that it didn't go for more. Some of this Ralph Lauren Southwest stuff goes very, very well.
I'm probably gonna list it just a little higher for a little while, and
Yeah, you should.
if I get any bites,
Might actually be able to make more on Poshmark with it.
yeah, it'll definitely go to both. I think this one is a size large. Yeah. Funnel neck. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but it is very similar to that. Yeah. Planshark Picker says it looks Pendleton-ish. Yeah, I thought so, and I was really, really hoping it was, but it's not.
Oh yeah, if that was a Pendleton, you're looking at 200 plus probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've sold many, many, many Pendleton pieces, and they go for pretty good money.
I don't find them very often here. I find like men's Pendleton wool shirts occasionally, and some of the high grade Western wear stuff. But other than that, like I don't think I've got one pair of shoes that's got Navajo print with Pendleton.
I've seen those.
It was UGG and Pendleton like teamed together to make some house shoes.
Yep,
That,
I'm pretty sure I've seen those.
yeah, and Pendleton's got like that Southwest blanket style on the top of the Uggs. It's pretty cool.
They're expensive though.
Found those at the bins.
I looked them up on Poshmark, and I can't remember an exact price, but I wasn't quite ready to buy them quite yet, even though they were super cute. So you guys go look those up. You need to see those for your life. Okay. And mine's a little bit larger than this one that has already sold. It's one size bigger, so
That'll work.
maybe
out.
that'll help my case too on the price. Marie, you are welcome. This is actually my first live working hangout. So we really appreciate you guys stopping in. You didn't get your YouTube fix last night. That's funny. Yeah, I'm always watching people watching all the new YouTube videos while I'm listening. So yeah. Hey, Hank Reardon. Thanks for stopping in. Funnel neck. I need to search that.
Funnel neck. Weird. That might be the correct term for sure.
I've just never heard of that until right now. But you're right. The neck is a little taller than I've ever seen.
Images, funnel neck. Yep. Yep. Because there's yeah, that's right. It's a funnel neck.
Well, thank you guys. The new
Looks
keyword.
like Under Armour actually makes some hoodie style shirts that are funnel neck as well.
I do feel like I've seen something like that, but I would not have known what to call it.
Nevermore said you hit 300 subs. That's awesome.
I haven't looked today. Or are you talking about?
Or is that somewhere else?
Scroll down. Nevermore and Tinks, if you were talking about me, that's awesome because I had not looked at it today, so I didn't know.
I'm gonna check it. I'm
Good
checking.
news.
301 subscribers, Tracy.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
That's awesome.
And all the excitement, I totally selected the men's sweater category, so definitely got to change that. Clothing sweaters. There we go. What information do you put in your custom label field?
I just assign it a SKU number. That's it.
I usually put like what I paid for it, where I got it. Not that it really matters where I got it, but and then the date that I listed it.
Yeah, that works out. Yeah, I mean, you can use it for whatever you want to. For me personally, I just I put, like, for instance, with shoes, I have shoe racks that hold 50 pair of shoes each, and I have the racks lettered, so it'll be the letter of the rack that it's in, and then the SKU number is either 1 through 50. So, like, if I'll have one that says B41 for shoes, and that would be rack B, shoe 41, and then I'll put a P on the end of that number after it's been cross-posted to Poshmark.
Oh, that's a good system. That sounds really convenient.
That way I can tell what's been cross-posted, what hasn't. So if it sells on eBay, I can just look at the SKU number and say, okay, well, this thing is also on Poshmark, so I have to go to Poshmark and delete it.
Right.
So
right now I'm just kind of basically just remembering that I posted it. And if I don't exactly remember, I'll just go look. But I don't suggest that. But I'm just doing that right now because I don't have totes and bins. Like right now, a lot of our housewares and stuff and my eBay clothing rack is in the storage unit. So I upped my handling time to 2 days so that I have time to go and gather the day's worth of things so I can ship them. So that's kind of my inventory system. And all the plush that I have right now is in those clear polymailers, or yeah, polymailer, the clear bags with the choke warning or suffocation warning on them.
Yeah.
And they're piled probably as tall as me in this closet next to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, an avalanche of things if I move something the wrong way. And so I cannot remember, and you probably have, and it's just me not remembering, but do you do anything to your photos to lighten them?
Usually I don't have to, just because of the way I have my lighting kit set,
Mm-hmm.
and I use white presentation board from Walmart,
Okay.
and it really gets well, that, and I also use my S7 Edge to take all my photos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you, I'll just show y'all. So like when you're taking a photo with your S7 Edge, if you just tap on it, user error. Okay, so if you tap on it, there's a scroll bar. Maybe. Oh, it'd help if I turn the camera. Tap on it. There's a scroll bar down here, and you can adjust the white balance.
See, that's really cool.
And just by messing with that, I can usually get pretty solid white backgrounds. But there is an app on my phone in case I need to use it. It's called PhotoFuze, Photofuze. It's an application that you can download, and what you do is you just highlight what you want to keep in the photo, and then the rest of it, it turns the background solid white.
That I've heard a lot of people use that. Yeah, I actually have been using an app called Pick Tap Go, and I will
Pick Tap Go.
yes, PICTAPGO. I'll have to go to my photos. I can show you. Let's see if I can
No, I'm
find
gonna look
something.
that up.
Well, it's only for. Well, I might be wrong, but when I got the app, which was probably, I don't know, 6 months ago or maybe a little more, it was only for Apple. But I was saying that I was on Wade's channel the other night, and somebody said in the chat that it was also for Android now. So it might have come out for Android.
Is it made by Totally Red Incorporated?
Ooh, I don't know.
Is this what it looks like?
Hold on, let me flip back where I can see. Sorry. I was pulling pictures from my listing. Okay, I have to cancel that. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, show me one more time. Yes, that's it.
Okay, it is what, $3?
Mm-hmm.
It's got really good reviews though, 4.6 stars. It has 1,000 plus downloads, so not very many downloads, but they could have just released it.
I use it for every single one of my photos. It takes no time at all.
Man, I'm gonna have to look into that because PhotoFuze is free, but it takes a little bit. It takes a little while. I think you can upgrade to a subscribed plan with PhotoFuze, and that might actually speed things up. But like I said, I don't usually have to use it. So
Right. So I'm gonna try to show you guys this photo. I don't know if you're gonna be able to actually see it or not. You're probably not. I don't know. I don't know. It looks super white. I don't know. It's not gonna show up very well on my phone, but
how did you get that shadowing in the background?
it's just my light.
Oh, okay.
But I'll show you. So when you're on the screen, this is on my iPhone. You're on the screen. You go up here and you click edit. You come down here and you click your little 3 dots thing, and there's your app. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to show you guys very well.
That's what it looked like before you edited it.
This is before. It's kind of dark. See, there you go. You can kind of see it now. I think I had to block out this light from the ceiling fan. But you come down here and you click the yellow app, and it brings you. Sorry, I'll go this way. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry, I'm all over the place, guys.
I mean, I can see it.
I closed it out. Ugh. There it is. I'm a fumbling mess over here, guys. Sorry. I think. Well, I don't know. I may not be able to show you, but
bring your phone up closer to the camera.
Okay. Let's see.
There you go.
Kind of, yeah. Anyway, you can scroll up, and my finger's not going to let me scroll up, but the only filter that I use is the lights on, and I don't even have to scroll up to click it. It's just that one right there. And so it's going to make it super bright white for you guys. But you still see that little bit of shadow. I know it's horrible. You can't see what I'm talking about, but
the shadow
anyway.
on the top?
Yeah. Now I'm having to work with the best of what I can do, because we were at the apartment, I had the whole setup and I didn't have shadows because I could have my light straight on. But the way they have their furniture arranged in this house, like in their outlets, I have to plug it in where I can. So let's see. All right, so there is a bar. There you go. You can see it. You can kind of see it. There's a little bar right down here, and it's got a sliding scale, and I usually just bring it down just a little so that you can, yeah, there it is. You still have your shadow, but you get your more true colors, and you don't have to do, and I know that sounded like it took like forever, but it really doesn't. So for $3, it was very worth it and continues to be very worth it for me. So I don't know. My light is like being all funky right now, but I recommend it. I know you said that doing the photo fuse app, you have to go in and remove the background. And I did that. I actually had that app downloaded, and I found that it also took a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I do this with every single one of my pictures. It takes me about maybe 3 seconds a picture to do it. So even though I had to pay for it, that has worked out the best for me so far, app-wise. Okay. And Star, if you're still in the chat, or I don't know, Star just subscribed to me. That's awesome, because she's the one I learned how to do flush from. So thank you, Star. Thanks for subscribing. Hey, hip flipping mama. Hey, going on Grumpy.
That's a funny name. Going on Grumpy.
Yeah, right. So are you guys working or listing or taking pictures? What are you guys up to tonight?
Hopefully y'all can't hear me tapping on my keyboard.
Just barely.
Going to town over here. Saving photos to 10 of my listings.
So when you're listing your shoes, if you ever have a pair that, okay, so do you ever do stock photos? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
No, that's actually, unless you have the expressed written consent of the manufacturer or the person that created those stock photos, it's actually against it's copyright infringement to use them. So eBay can actually give you a strike against your account for doing that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing that for a long time. Not with every item.
I mean, here's the thing. It's unlikely because the brand would have to contact eBay and tell them, hey, you know, this person's using our stock photos and we did not give them approval to do so. So, I mean, it's unlikely, but it's always best for people to know what kind of situation they can get in for doing so.
True. And I would assume that goes the same with Poshmark. Because I actually do use a lot of stock photos for Poshmark.
It helps sell things.
Yeah, it does. This stuff just looks better on a person than it does on a mannequin or flat lay, even though people know how to make flat lays look really super good.
Oh, yeah. Competition's fierce these days.
Yeah, Land Chart Picker says, but they will pre-sale with a stock if you list a new item with a UVP. Yeah. Going on Grumpy says I'm assuming he's saying that he's 20 subscribers from 1,000. That is awesome. Good night, Hippos and Mama.
Oh, man.
So, I am actually in the process of doing. I have all of my tabs pulled up right now so that I can do a what sold video.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I'm such a newbie with the Google Hangouts and YouTube that I've been kind of hesitant to do it. So I've had all these tabs pulled up for like 2 days.
Gotta
So
start
hopefully,
somewhere.
yeah, hopefully I can get that done tomorrow. I also have the idea of maybe doing like, I don't know how well it would take off with anybody, but of like maybe what I listed this week. It might be, I don't know, I don't want to say fewer items because it would probably be probably about the same. Or maybe we could do like items I listed for $50 price point or higher to kind of make it not such a long video. I
Yeah,
never really seen anybody do a what I listed video. I always see what sold.
right. I think that would work.
Oh, this is a photo. So I know you said you're typing over there, but do you do most of your listings from your desktop or phone, or how do you do it?
For eBay, I'll start the listings on my mobile device,
Mm-hmm.
and get pretty far with it all on mobile, and then I'll save it and I'll launch it from desktop.
Okay.
That way I can go ahead, because with mobile, I don't think, if I remember right, you cannot select promoted listings. Like you
Not that I'm
can't put in,
aware of, right?
yeah, you can't put in a percentage. And since I run promoted listings on all of my stuff, I want it live with promoted. And then I also activate best offer instead of going down the rabbit hole to select best offer and stuff like that on the mobile device. I just do it on desktop.
Right. Currently, I am taking pictures with my iPad, and then they will save to the, how do you say, iCloud, I guess.
Okay, yeah,
Anyway,
send them to your cloud, and then you can work on them elsewhere.
I can work on them on my desktop or laptop or whatever I decide to use that day. So right now I'm just going in, I'm doing listings, and I'll just select them like in the in eBay's, you know what I'm saying, the picture format.
Yeah.
I can just select them from my computer, and they're already, because I use that Pick-Tap-Go app, they're already lightened, so you can actually see the natural color. And I don't know why I wasn't doing this. It just seems a little faster for me instead of going in on my iPad and inserting the pictures, because I used to do where I would start the entire listing, or I would do the entire listing except for the pictures. And then I would go to my iPad and open up the listing and insert my pictures from there. And then I would have to crop all my pictures down. And that was just not fast.
Right.
So for me, it just seems a little faster to take the pictures with my iPad and then go to my desktop or laptop and do the entire listing from there and select the photos. So. I lost the chat. I had it popped out and somehow it got closed out. So I'm going to have to pop into the YouTube video for just a second. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get an echo. Sorry. Here we go. I'm telling you, man. I am not technologically advanced over here.
Did you get it pulled back up?
I did. Somehow my Google Hangout window got maximized to the whole screen, so it covered up the chat and it threw me into a tizzy of like, I lost that I can't see what people are saying anymore.
It's funny.
Jameson Salter said I would seem to bring stuff up to list and it would sit and I would create piles. So now it only comes up if it's photographed for me to list. That's a good idea. I am currently, well, this is our bedroom. So you're basically, what you see behind me is my space. And I will show you. I'm going to scooch a little. You see this hardwood floor? There's a couple of items that are small enough for me to put a white piece of paper. Like I got a roll of paper from Michael's and I can tear it off and lay it down here on the floor and that's my white background. But that's only for like small shirts and skirts and just smallish things because that space might look adequate for a lot of you, but it's really smaller than it seems. So what I've been doing, I actually do have a mannequin and I will hang up 2 large sheets of that white paper on the wall out in the foyer so that I have my white background for Google. And I put my mannequin in front of it, and then I can crop my pictures down. And so they still have a white background. When we lived in the apartment, our wall was like very, very pale beige. So I would just take my pictures and use my Pick-Tap-Go app to lighten it up, and it looked white. So it was all fine. So yeah, I'm having to adapt over here. I actually need to go probably tomorrow and get a new strip so that I can bring my light out because I know you noticed right away that shadow that I had in the picture of the sweater. So, and even with me lightening it up, it didn't go away totally.
Ooh, I hope these Lucchese boots sell quick.
I'm sure they probably will. It's a good brand.
I've got a house payment to make, so I need some shoes to sell.
I actually have not had great luck with shoes lately. Now, I've seen some good brands, but I don't want to pay $25 a pair of shoes for them. Like Goodwill wants to charge it. So
no.
I would pay $6 for a pair of something nice, but not $25. That's ridiculous. Jamie says she hates Excel. She has a notebook and she puts a giant L when it's listed and giant LS when it's listed and sold. So you guys tell me in the chat, how do you keep up with your receipts, the thrift stores, and even tell me what you do for garage sales? Because last year I didn't really get to, last garage sale season, I didn't really get to go to a bunch. So I haven't really encountered that, like how I would keep up with how much I paid and when I bought it and when I listed it. And well, I mean, obviously keep up with when I listed it, but
you can go buy a receipt book and keep it in your car. And when you're done at a yard sale, just write down what you bought, the date and time, and maybe even the address, and how much you paid for it.
That is a great idea. So I'm assuming, can I get one of those receipt books at like Walmart?
Yep.
Cool. We still got a couple months. It'll probably be March before the yard sale starts happening around here because I know my birthday's in February and it still snows then. So going on Grumpy. Jameson's Closet was your 982nd subscriber. Jameson's Closet. I have been to, you see what I did there? I have been to the Indianapolis Den about maybe 3 times, and I have been to the different ones. But it is 2 hours away from me, about 2 hours and 15 minutes actually. I really do want to go back soon because I enjoyed it and I don't get like skeeved out like most people do when they go to the den. But I have actually stuck my hand in something wet there once, so I will definitely wear some gloves next time I go.
Oh, I've done that a few times.
There's no telling what that was, but
it's a mystery juice.
Yeah. You're still working on the yard sale part, Marie. Yard sale stuff, most people's stuff is dirt cheap just because they're tired of it being in their house. So
yeah,
I say don't miss out on that.
Here's another app you guys should look into is Yard Sale Treasure Map if you don't have it yet. That thing, what it does is it links directly to Craigslist, and it populates literally a map, like kind of like a Google Maps map with pin dots that you can tap on those pin dots and read descriptions that were put as far as the yard sale directly from Craigslist, and you can star the ones that you're interested in, and then you can create a route. It's amazing.
That is really cool. I actually have that downloaded, but I've never utilized it.
It's a good one.
I definitely plan on doing that this coming up season. I have a friend who lives in Alabama, where I'm originally from, and he uses that all the time. But of course, it's like 60-something degrees in Alabama right now. So people are still having estate sales and yard sales and all of those things right now. I'm so jealous of his yard sale signs all the time. He does really super great.
Okay, so you want to see what I do with my receipts?
Yes.
All right, I'll show you what I do with my receipts.
Ah.
They're all stuffed in a drawer right now.
I don't have too many in here. I have a folder, and these just haven't made it. But I'm actually pulling Goodwill receipts out of a drawer right now.
Oh yeah, that's where mine are.
Just floating in there. So it's over there somewhere, and I think I see it, but I'll have to crawl over like a mountain of things to get to it right now. So I'll get a little collection going in this drawer, and then one of these days I'll sort them into the correct file in my little folder there.
Right.
Land chart picker, right? Sleep. What is this? Oh, Marie. What part of Alabama? You're in Alabama, land chart picker. I am originally from Tuscaloosa, Roll Tide.
Ooh. Don't say that.
Yeah, I was born there, and I lived there until I was 32. I'm 35 now, if you guys didn't know. So
35?
yeah. So, and then I got engaged, and we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana, because my husband has family here, and then we got married here. So yeah, that's my story. Alabama girl.
Nothing wrong
I
with
like to
Bama.
think. Sorry, go ahead.
Nothing wrong with Bama unless they're playing OU in the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. How about that game the other day, though, man? I don't know if you watched, but
Oh, I watched Clemson just run all over y'all.
yeah.
We can talk about it if you want to.
Let's just leave it at disastrophe. Because oh my gosh, that was so horrible. I was wondering when Bama was going to decide to show up to play, but
Hey, that's how I felt when OU and Alabama went head to head. I was like, OU actually, we won the last 3 quarters, but the first quarter, the one that mattered the most, Alabama scored 28 points on us, still sitting at 0.
mm-hmm.
We just couldn't come back from that. It was ridiculous.
I mean, this season, that seems to be where Bama just did it. The first quarter, they took off. So, like, I was just like, I was just like, and plus, I was on Wage Channel the night of the game, so I actually got to see like the last hour of the game. And so, had I not been on Wage Channel that night, I'm telling you that I would have been sitting here screaming at the TV the whole time.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Against a pretty. It was a good game, nonetheless.
But yeah, Clemson, they were definitely the better team that night. Skip's Important says I want to get where I do books, receipts, etc. every night. Otherwise, I don't keep up well enough. I actually just signed up with GoDaddy. I don't know a whole lot about it yet. I've been on it for maybe 2 weeks, and I've probably looked at it about 4 times. I know enough about it to see what my profit and loss is. But I'm supposed to be doing a live Google Hangout with Justin, RBA Flips, and he's going to help me out with that and basically show me the ins and outs of that, because I have no clue right now.
Dude, I don't know how Justin does it, but that guy's up at like 5 a.m. every morning, and he's like live on YouTube with like when my grandfather gets out of bed.
That's right.
I don't understand how he does it.
He told me he goes to bed at like 8, and then like every night I see him in and out of chats at like 11 o'clock at night, and then he's up that early.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you survive.
I guess just like laying in bed on his phone, going in and out of chats, like just hanging out on the YouTube, lurking around, you know. And then, boom, bright and early, like as soon as the rooster crows, he's up and at 'em, like on YouTube. We call
Not
him,
me. I don't roll out of bed till like 11. But that's about to change very quickly, like this week. My
yeah.
husband is actually going back to school, and so that means I'm gonna have to be up at like 8. Not looking forward to it.
I mean, it's a good schedule. I mean, it keeps you productive that way. But I mean, personally, me, like our kids usually go to bed around 10. And after 10 o'clock, like it's the time that we have to kind of settle down ourselves, you know. And if we want to get stuff done, that's really when we can really start focusing on work and stuff like that. So
Right.
I'm usually up till 2 or 3 in the morning, it seems like.
Me too. But I'm gonna give you guys a little guilty pleasure of mine. I'm a super huge fan of the royals, like Queen Elizabeth and Prince William and Kate and Harry and Meghan and all of
Oh.
them. So I watch the YouTube videos that people make about them. I definitely could be using that time a little more productively. But you got to unwind with something, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, I feel that I spend so many hours of the day thinking about reseller related things, whether Poshmark or eBay or Amazon or whatever. I mean, you have to zone out of reselling because honestly, I feel overwhelmed sometimes, and then I go into like do something else, and my brain is not on reselling, and it's amazing for a minute. I love reselling. Don't get me wrong. I love that cha-ching. But sometimes you have to take your mind off of money and how much have I listed today and how much I sold today and how much do I have to ship tomorrow, and
Oh
it
yeah,
can
you
get
have to.
definitely
Otherwise,
get
you get
overwhelming.
burned out. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Skid says I'm going back to school too, but I have mostly afternoon classes. Well, my husband has mostly morning classes, so and we have a 7-year-old, so and he is homeschooled, so he's with me like 95% of the time. He goes thrifting with me almost every time, unless my husband is here and he can stay. So very, very few times do I get to go. And those times that I do go and I actually turn on the camera at Goodwill or Salvation Army or wherever I'm at, it's probably because I don't have him with me. Because
You know what
I'm
you
too
need?
busy trying to find him a toy and all that stuff to keep him occupied while I'm shopping.
You need a pair of these.
I do actually need a pair of those. I think he has some. I need to find out where they are.
These are spy glasses, and the camera is right.
Oh, I just realized that. That is cool. Where can I get some of those?
I bought these for only $23 on eBay, and they hold up to a 32 gig micro SD card. And my plan is to wear these bad boys out garage sailing into the bins and stuff, and making YouTube videos with it. So
I
that should be
need those. You might have to link me to that later, because
okay.
please
And
do.
the quality is actually not bad at all. Like surprisingly, it's pretty good.
So if I'm flipping through clothing racks, are you going to be able to tell what I'm like? If I look at a label, would you be able to tell what it says?
Yeah, if you zoom in, like when you're editing the video, if you zoom in on the label, probably.
But I like your idea of that for yard sales. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So have you used them yet? Or are you waiting to use them? Or
I took them for a test drive.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Rump Stump Reseller. She said, they say, hey, my name just changed instantly. Yes. So I feel kind of, I don't know who you were before if your name changed. You had to tell me. Your break is doing martial arts, says Kelly Econ Mom. That sounds like a workout. That sounds like what I need to be doing.
I think I've probably worked out 5 times in my life. I'm not a workout guy.
I mean, I had times that I would go to the gym and I liked it, and like life happens and you stop going.
Yeah.
But like most people, so I think if I got back into it and like I was consistent, I would like it. But it's just that getting jump started back into it for me.
Oh yeah.
Skit says we have 6 kids at home and homeschool them too, so they're always around. Props to you. I only have one, but he is very high strung. Mama has her wine.
Kids shoes.
Jamie, okay, I gotcha. I mean, I have to remember that since you changed it right here in the chat. So it may take me another time or two to remember it, but I will. So it is 12:08 here in Fort Wayne. What time is it for you guys?
11:13.
Put in the chat. 11:13.
Yeah. Or 11:08, I guess it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
For some reason, my computer is about 5 minutes fast.
$11:08, $9:08. See, that's another thing too. Like, I don't know if a lot of people really think about it when they get online and they're watching someone's video. Like the other night when I was on Wade's channel, it was 7 o'clock in the evening for him, where it was 10 o'clock for me.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So when you're thinking about if you're still doing any kind of auctions on eBay, you have to think about it. Like if it's 10 o'clock your time, it's still 7 o'clock in like California.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't recommend starting your auctions as late as 10 o'clock, but I would probably, if it's 10 o'clock your time, I would probably aim for starting at like at least 8 o'clock. But that's just my personal opinion, because you're still catching people early enough in the day before they go to bed. How do you feel about auctions?
The only time I run auctions is when I'm trying to blow out stale inventory.
Basically same.
Yeah. So, like for instance, the way I do my listings, okay, I use a third-party application called Price Spectre. It's in the eBay apps section, and I have it set to decrease my my items prices by 1% of the previous day's price. So every single day, like if I start something at $30, it'll be $29.70 the next day. And it'll
That
just keep doing
news
that.
to me. I did not know there was such app.
Yeah. And so the reason why I do that is it's kind of like having a reverse auction. You know, you start something at the top of the market price, and then as time goes on, it decreases in price. And the reason why I do that is because then, like, I advertise that in my listing descriptions that the item decreases in price by 1% every day. And what happens is I'll gain traction in the form of watchers, and then they'll actually hit the buy button when the price is at their convenience, you know, where they're wanting to buy it at. Now, if it doesn't sell once it hits a floor price, I have my floor price set at $13. Once it hits the floor price, if it's still unsold, after that 30-day listing is over, once it goes unsold, I will start sending it to auction, starting at $11, then $9, then $7. If it doesn't sell at $7 in auction, I'm just going to pull it and redonate it.
True. That What did you call that in the eBay app again?
Price Spectre.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my paper because I definitely need to write that down. Oh shoot, that was really high pitched. Now, is that one of the free eBay apps, or does it cost? I can't remember if you said.
It's, if I remember correctly, it's $10 a month. And then that's good for a certain number of listings for it to manage.
Mhm.
And then it costs you like, I think it's a penny per listing or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Past that. So I mean, I think right now I'm managing almost 400 listings with it, and it's costing me like $20 a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not too bad.
So I cannot remember right now. Do you do Amazon?
I do.
What, or do you use an app for scanning?
Yeah, I actually have a couple of them. For books, I use Scout IQ, and I have a little Bluetooth scanner that I use as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also use Book Scouter, which isn't necessarily for Amazon. What that's good for are for books that don't sell, that won't sell on Amazon. I'll get on Book Scouter and scan them and see if there's any buybacks from other services, like Half Price Books or Abe Books might buy them back, or some other company might buy them.
Right.
So I also scan them there, and then for everything else, I use Profit Bandit,
I'm
which
writing all of these in.
yeah, and that's what I use as far as scanning apps.
I have actually been in the market for an app for Amazon because I've just been using the Amazon Seller app, which has been good so far. It's just from what I've heard from other people, it's kind of slow and it's not as detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bought some books using the Amazon Seller app before, and they have just sat and sat and sat, and the price was super low. After I got home and I was like scanning them into Amazon, it was like, this is not what I saw. I wouldn't have bought this.
Right. Well, I mean, also the price. Hang on. Good night, Thrifting Goomba. Good night. Thank you for being here. Skit said at the Shamrock Pixie, it's Jason at Thrift Trader. Okay. Let me scroll up. I don't know. I'm lost. Anyways, the price is very fluid on Amazon. Like when you buy something, it's always best to get it into FBA or listed,
Mm-hmm.
however you're going to do it, merchant fulfilled or FBA. It's always best to get it to Amazon or listed merchant fulfilled as quickly as possible. And the reason for that is because um, the price is so fluid. Like
Right.
other sellers can send in their inventory to FBA, and then the price will change. And
Right.
that's kind of the deal. That's the biggest deal with retail arbitrage is, um, when you're going out like Scott the Bearded Picker and Shane Rise and Grind Picker, those guys do a lot of heavy retail arbitrage, and like it's not uncommon for Scott and Shane to just fill their entire vehicle up
Oh,
with
yeah.
one particular item. Like completely buy out all the Walmarts within 100-mile radius of them of one particular item.
Oh, yeah.
The problem with that is like they've got to get it to Amazon as quickly as possible because the price is so fluid, that they want to sell it as quickly as possible too. at the price that they scanned it at.
Shamrock Pixie says she missed who you were.
Yeah, not a problem, Shamrock Pixie. I just didn't know. I was lost for a second. Hey, Scott.
Roll Tide, Scott.
If only someone made a video explaining sales rank. The funny thing is, I think Scott made a video today explaining sales rank. So, guys, if you're not, oh man, he said it. Scott said it. Roll Tide. No,
Roll Tide.
Guys, definitely check out Scott the Bearded Picker on YouTube. The guy is a genius. Him and Shane both are really, really good retail arbitrage Amazon sellers. Those guys will teach you a lot about selling on Amazon, so definitely check them out.
I've been watching them for a very long time and have gotten a lot of good tips and tricks for Amazon. So yes, definitely go watch both of them. Jamie says she's hoping to start Amazon in the next month. Thanks to the Bearded Picker, I finally have the husband convinced.
You should.
That was me. Like, I was really nervous about doing it for like when I realized that like I needed to expand other than to doing something other than clothing.
Mhm.
It took me several months to realize like to not be scared to do it, not be scared to do Amazon. Like, and honestly, I signed up for the pro seller account on Amazon just on a whim one day. Like, I'm gonna do this. Like, I honestly didn't think about it. Like, I did not have a plan. I was just like, I want to sell. I can do this. I had been watching Scott and Shane and all that. I was like, I can do that. I can do what they're doing.
Yeah.
So one day I just signed up. And the next day I went out and I started scanning a bunch of stuff and I bought stuff and I sent it in and I've been selling it. Yeah. I mean, you just got to know, like, watch your ranks and make sure you don't, I want to say this the right way. Don't oversell. Like, don't say your item is in better condition than it is in, because your buyer will get it. And if it's not in the condition you said it's in, they're going to tell you and you chance getting your account like striked or whatever.
Right. Absolutely. And I mean, the thing is, like, that's what I tell a lot of people that are starting out with this too, is like, when, for instance, if you've got a book that is in, very good condition, you're best to say to list it as good, not very good, and be twice as hard in describing the condition of items than what it actually is. And the reason why is just so that the expectation of the buyer is less than what they're actually receiving. Shamrock, not Shamrock, Landshark Picker said, "Are you aware you can manually reduce your listings by 1% each day using bulk edit?" Yes, I am. Here's the problem. I have a busy schedule and I forget. And if I advertise on my listings that they do decrease by 1% every day, I'll be darned if I forget 2 or 3 days and get 15 messages from people like, "Hey, you said that this would decrease in price." And, then I get a bunch of people mad at me that are watching my listing because the listing's not decreasing in price like I said it would. I am aware, but I'd rather just pay the $15, $20 a month and let it be done automatically, and I don't have to worry about it. But,
right. That'd be a lot of work to have to go in and do that yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So what I sell a lot of on Amazon, like, okay, so I've done Amazon FBA quite a few times, but in the past. So, for instance, besides last week, I think my last FBA shipment was middle of I think it was early 2018. So it'd been nearly a year. And so I sent in one FBA shipment the other day, and within 2 days, 40% of my stock had sold. And I mean, it's not a lot of money, but I mean, it's a good start. It's a good start. $1,300 in a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And yeah, within the first couple of days, 40% of what I had sent in had sold. And I'm pretty excited about it. What I plan on doing is just turning that over into more inventory and sending it in. So not gonna be a lot in the form of money in my pocket because I'm gonna be reinvesting it, but it'll eventually get there.
Oh,
Snowball
yeah,
effect.
for sure. I mean, if I've made money and I've, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've probably sent in. I started mid 2018, and with my busy schedule, I don't get to go and scan as often as I would like. But when I do go scan, I buy a lot of stuff. So I send in big orders at one time. I've
That's
probably sent
awesome.
in like 5 large shipments, and everything is sold out. I'm honestly looking like skin and bones on Amazon right now. That's why I want to get going, like probably tomorrow or Tuesday, and get out there and scan some because I need to get some meat back over in Amazon because every time I send stuff in, it sells. Like I said, you just got to know your ranks and don't buy way too out of the rank.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just know the rules.
Here's something else that Scott the Bearded Picker had mentioned in his video early that he launched earlier today was if you go to uh, full-time FBA, if you Google full-time FBA sales rank, um, there is a PDF file, just a single page PDF file that's got all of the major categories, and it breaks it down sales rank wise, top 1%, 3%, 5%, 10%. So that's something that I am planning on printing off and just like hanging on the wall. It's updated monthly. So
Now, what did you say it was again?
you just Google full-time FBA sales rank and it'll pull right up.
See, you guys, I'm having to write down all these things too because I honestly did not know about that, but I had not gotten to watch Scott's video yet.
Yeah, if
So.
you type in full-time FBA sales rank, the very first thing that comes up is a PDF file for January 2018. It's a sales rank chart in the U.S. It's a U.S. sales rank chart, full-time FBA. I'll share my screen here and show y'all. Screen share right here. Okay, so right here, and here it is. So it's got appliances, arts and crafts, automotive, baby, beauty, books. Okay, and it shows the total number of items in that category, and then it gives you the sales rank, the top 1% sales rank for all of these categories, the top 3%, 5%, and 10%. And this is as of January 1st, 2018. This is sorry, excuse me. This is updated monthly. So for instance, in books, top 1% is anything at 624,541 or less. So this is something that would be extremely useful for someone that's struggling with, understanding and understanding sales rank. But again, something else Scott had made mention earlier today and also stands true is the sales rank is just a snapshot in time. Just because something is 100, 100,000 sales rank in books doesn't mean that it's a good seller. What that means is it recently sold.
Yep.
And it could have sat for 2 years and not sold and was at 2 million rank or 2 or 3 million rank and then sold very, very recently. Like, let's just say an hour before you looked it up and then jumped to 100,000 rank. So it's just a snapshot in time. If of course you can't, if you're planning on making like a big bulk purchase of several different items, or several of the same item, regardless of what the sales rank is, I would suggest looking at camel graphs, keep a graphs, like do some analysis on that particular item to see how often it's actually selling, regardless of what the sales rank is.
That's what I was about to ask you, if you were referring to the camel.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at the chat, see what's going on. Lizanne says she started. Oh, hold on. I think I read the wrong one. Kelly and Ecom Mom says she started Amazon FBA in June of 2015. I wish I had started then because I really enjoy it. Her goal is at least 100 items a week into Amazon. You can do it. You can definitely do that.
You can do it, like that guy off of Waterboy. You can do it.
I actually was watching that today. I think the TV was just on, and that came on after whatever we were watching. So yeah, so funny that you said that, or that I said that. Let's see. Triple camel. Jamie said, "How did I forget something that's literally the same word in triplicate?" All right, I got to get back to doing something.
Clark's women's size 9 silver brisk dahlia flip flops.
Oh, I was going to tell you that picture of those Lucchese's looked really good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so now that I'm, a full-time reseller, I talk to myself a lot, like a lot. And so, I tell people, if I'm back here like talking to myself, like don't interrupt me. I'm having a staff meeting. Yeah. Staff meeting with myself. That was kind of dumb.
I talk to myself so much though. So much. My husband's like, "Are you talking?" Just to myself.
Like, I'm not talking to you. I'm having a staff meeting.
Yep. That's like a daily thing for me. Okay. And figure out what colors are in the sweater. Yes, if you guys were wondering, I'm still trying to describe this sweater. I get caught up reading the chat and not doing as much working as I am hanging out.
That happens. I'm almost through my first 10. I'd be through 20 usually by now.
I think wine is helping me not get things done quite as fast. So I definitely want to get that cashmere blend sweater up tonight before I go to sleep. So hopefully I can get that done. Kelly says that she likes the Keep a Chrome extension, that it automatically puts the Keep a chart on the Amazon page of a product.
Oh yeah.
Do you have that?
I don't have it installed, but I've used it in the past. Yeah. I don't recall if you can change the time frame that the chart shows with the extension. I don't recall. But I have used it in the past, and it is very helpful.
I can
The
imagine that would be really helpful if you're looking up something on like Brickseek to see how much is selling for on Amazon.
yeah. So um, the Profit Bandit app that I have, you can look at camel, and keep charts right there out right off the application. So like when you're out scanning things, like you just select the item and then you can open it up in Camel and Keepa both and take a look there too.
I don't imagine that's very doable when you're scanning books, or am I wrong? Because I like to go really super fast when I'm scanning books.
Right. Well, I mean, okay, so really I just kind of go for the most part, I kind of go by sales rank with books. Um,
Same.
I don't really, because if I was now, it would be different if I was buying volume of one item. I would want to really dig into the research. But since I'm only buying a single, I'm not going to be really all that concerned about um if it's maybe like a false sales rank. Because I'm only buying one of those items. I mean, if it's a bum, well, I mean, at least I didn't, buy 30 of the same thing.
Right. Like the dog washers. Wade is never going to live that down.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I will say though, it's not impossible to work solely on the Amazon seller app, because I have not invested in. No, I have looked at the Keepa and I have looked at the Camel for things once I've gotten home, but I have made some really good investments just going off of the Amazon seller app, because I sent those things in and I looked them up again when I got home before I sent them in, and they had really good sales rank, good price, good profit. And that, like I said, that was just using the Amazon seller app.
Yeah.
So that is why I guess so far I haven't jumped into another selling app, or what's it, the like Scout IQ. But I want to, and I'm really needing to be talked into it. So I'm really looking to ramp up Amazon this year.
Shane Rise and Grind Picker would be the guy to talk you into using Scout IQ. He's the one that talked me into it. The cool thing about Scout IQ is it has an integrated formula that it uses. It's called an e-score, and the e-score, I think what it does is it essentially saves you from buying something that's got a good rank, but it's like a false rank. Like it was sitting at 2 million for months and then it sold once. Now it's 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So I think the e-score, I think it takes into consideration like how often the sales rank spikes and things of that sort to really kind of calculate that e-score.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it has like a tiered system. So even if a book's 8,000 in rank, or let's say 8, 10, 15, something really low, okay? Even if a book's at 8,000 in rank, and say you put in your buy cost of $3, and let's say you're only going to make like 10, 15 cents off the sale of that item, it'll flash red, like it'll tell you not to pick it up, only because your time is more valuable than that.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it has like a set point, like 0 to 5,000 in rank or 0 to 50,000. Like it has to be a certain amount of profit. And then between 50 and 100,000, it has to be a certain amount of profit. And likewise, all the way up the ladder. So if it's a 2 million ranked book, it's not going to turn green when you scan it or like beep at you or buzz you telling you to buy it.
Right.
Unless it's, at 2 million rank, it would probably have to be $80 plus in profit.
Exactly.
And so
my thing is like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just saying it's got an integrated system with Scout IQ, which Shane swears by it, and he sells tons of books on Amazon. I mean, he swears by it. He said anything that Scout IQ turns green, send it to Amazon. You won't regret it. Pretty much what he told me.
That is what I was about to say. I know I've heard him talk about it before, but I cannot remember. I believe I heard him say that he works on the settings that it's already on, like the stock settings.
Yeah.
Because I would have no idea how to change the settings to not paying like a certain low price. Like if I didn't want to make just $2 on something, like if I wanted to have it make said where if I'm going to make $6 profit on something or better.
Okay, so here's like the settings that are on it. I don't know if you'd be able to see that, but
there it is. Yeah.
Like you can see like the e-score says 151 plus, and then it gives you the triggers for that e-score.
Right. I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like it just keeps going down the list.
See, I don't think I've ever seen anybody show their screen like that. So I wasn't exactly sure what it was all about in that app. So
right.
Do you know about what that costs? I mean, I can look it up, but
it's $10 a month.
That's not bad. So I will definitely be doing that this week.
See, it's funny. It's funny because like it's a question that I ask a lot of resellers. Like, hey, just curious, how much money do you spend in subscriptions every month? Because you know, if you look at it from like, you know, for me, there's Profit Bandit, there's a Scout IQ, there's my repricing software, and a few others. And you know, I think I asked Scott how much. Oh, okay, $15 a month. Scott said. I think I asked Scott the other day how much he pays in subscriptions every month, and I'm sure it's not entirely true, but he said $500 a month. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I think he was just joking, like throwing a number out there. He said, let's not talk about how much I spend on subscriptions. Yeah, like I said, I think he was just joking. Simplicity of it is, I'm sure it's a lot for him, but he makes tons of money with those subscriptions. So, you know, I mean, it's give or take. You know, if you're going to utilize it to make money and it works for you, great.
Another thing I'm interested in.
500.
$500.
Dang, dang, brother. Well, like I said, you know, the thing is if you utilize it and it works in your favor and you're making money from it, I mean, that's part of the business, you know.
I need to go back and watch Scott and Shane's video on Brickseek. That is another thing that I'm definitely interested in. I would pay for that because I have actually been looking over that the past few days and like, is that available at my Walmart? Because I'm not at the point right now. I'm not where I can travel cities away.
Yeah. Oh, that's another
because I have my child. So.
I mean, I just got on the $10 subscription with Brickseek, but you know, they have a $30 version that is, from what I hear, very, very much worth it. So oh, people will, I mean, it's weird because like, see, the thing is like it costs money to use someone else's software, and they don't give you the opportunity to buy it outright. So you just have to go on a subscription base. That's the crazy thing. I mean, if you develop your own proprietary software, you're probably going to spend tens of thousands of dollars to develop it. Instead, we let somebody else do it, and we just pay them $10 a month to use it.
Right. I mean, I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't want to pay forever for something, but when it's helping you make money and it's worth it and you're making well more than you're paying for a subscription to something.
Oh yeah.
Let's call it worth it. Scott says he has one that's $250 by itself. Yeesh.
That's crazy. Yes, Justin. Yes, you can. That is a business expense. So it's 100% tax deductible.
I don't know if I'm understanding Marie's question. She says, I asked the sub price a little bit ago and no one answered. I
I
might be missing it, but I don't know what
The
sub price
subscription
is.
price? Okay, subscription price to what exactly, Marie? Which app? Let me see. See if I can find it.
I don't see it
I
yet.
don't either.
I see where Marie asked. So I have a question. She says, with all the apps y'all pay for, do you deduct that from your monthly net? I mean, it's a tax deduction if you're using it for your business.
Oh, she's asking if we take our subscriptions out of our net, like out of our net profit. I mean, yeah, it's a business expense, a monthly business expense. So that expense is of course going to be deducted from your total sales to give you an adjusted gross income. Sure.
Right. That one. Okay. So we answered Marie's question. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on my next item, unless anybody has any questions they want to talk about. I have definitely got to get a light because I'm sitting over here in what looks like the dark. I have a light, but I haven't brought it in here yet because I don't exactly have anything to hook it on right now. I did have a computer desk, but now I'm working on a set of built-in cabinets because this house was built in the 1950s. So I don't have a lip of the computer desk to hook my IKEA lamp to.
Gotcha.
So I'm just working with a light on ceiling fan.
It works.
So do you have a lot of things up that you have to put in the California Prop 65 warning?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Well, I think I have one, but I can't remember what it is right now.
I would be interested to know what it is actually. What all has to what does it have to be in order to have the Prop 65 warning?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you like a specific item right now. I know the Prop 65 is like items that are known to cause birth defects, and that's probably about the only thing I can come up with. But it's like certain plastics and just different materials that California sketches out on.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, it's been a few months. I probably sold the item already, and excuse me, I just don't remember what it is that I've had to put it for. But I remember reading on the package of something, and so I just typed in copied and pasted that warning into the little field there in the eBay description.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I mean, unless a pair of used shoes causes birth defects, I think I'm all right for now.
How many times a week do you think you go thrifting?
Too many. Yeah. Too many. Probably 4 or 5 times a week. I'm not out all day long, but I mean, it's my favorite part of this business is finding the treasure. But the thing is right now I'm trying to kind of cut back on the thrifting part and really kind of force myself to dive deep and get a lot of this stuff listed, because ultimately you got to pay the bills. If you're going to do this full
Right.
time, you got to pay the bills. And the only way to pay the bills is to have stuff listed. And if it's slow, you keep listing stuff. You get your inventory levels up. And even when it's slow, then you can still survive, because, of course, there's a difference between having 300 items up and 1,300 items up. A huge
Definitely.
difference. So, when it's slow and you only have 300 items up, you might sell 2 or 3 items in one day, maybe even just one. But if you had 1,300 items up, that's 4 times 300. So on a really slow day, you might still sell four items, up to 4 or 8 items.
Yep.
Yes, the difference is 1,000, Scott. Thank you. Scott's being smart ass he is.
Justin says that they have cancer warnings on the doors of restaurants in California. That is so ridiculous.
Cancer
You can't
warning?
even go eat at a restaurant now without being warned that you might get cancer from something. Well, there goes your relaxing evening.
Oh, you mean if I walk in here, I'm going to get cancer? Let me think about this one.
I mean, I'm sure people probably just loathe having to put that on their doors. Sorry, guys, I disappeared. I'm taking a measurement right now.
I don't know. Some of the things that California comes up with is just funny. I'm from the Midwest. I live in Oklahoma. And I just think it's crazy, some of the laws that they put in place in that state. My wife is originally from California, and her dad still lives there, and we visit every 2 or 3 years to California. It's a beautiful state, awesome place to go and tour, but some of the people there, it's just totally different. Here where I'm from, like, you drive down the road and almost every single person you pass is waving at you like they know you.
Right. Same
And
with
like
Alabama.
California, half the people you pass in California are flipping the bird. So
It is
howdy.
definitely a different animal from the south up to the north.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm used to everybody being friendly, and so far, I haven't had any experience that I would say is negative with people, but people definitely move a lot faster here, and they're a lot more, how you say, smart aleck, I guess. There's a lot more attitude here.
Scott said if they declare butter causes cancer, the whole state of Alabama is doomed.
That's true.
It depends. If it's real butter, I think you're safe. But if it's that, what is it?
I can't believe it's not butter.
That vegetable spread stuff that's like one molecule away from being plastic. You ever heard that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like some stuff you ought to put in the microwave and it just turns into a big piece of plastic or something.
Parquet. That's funny. Yay, I got 10 listings cross-posted.
Good deal.
I feel slightly what's the word I'm looking for? Productive? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like I've talked more than I've worked, but that's okay too.
Yeah, that's the thing, that's the biggest reason why we do this, Tracy, is so that we're not by ourselves, because as resellers, a lot of the time we work alone and it just gets boring and it gets depressive. And it's just nice to have company, especially like-minded people.
Right. I would not mind doing this several times a week. So If anybody ever wants to join me on a working hangout, feel free. Just message me. You can find me on Instagram at tracy.thrift.it. So if you want to message me and be in a live working hangout, let's do it to it.
Do it.
I'm putting my Instagram name, my ID name, whatever you call it, in the chat. If you guys want to hit me up.
Hey, Adam. When did you pop in?
There's Adam. I think you're seeing the chat a little bit before I do.
Really?
It's kind of weird.
We don't sleep. Are you kidding?
No. Like you, I'll probably be up until, what time is it now? It's almost 1 o'clock here. I'll probably be up for another hour at least. I did have like the whole pot of coffee today. I don't know. My husband usually helps me drink the pot of coffee, but this week he has not had any of the coffee, which, what is it? Coffee abuse? You can't let the coffee go to waste.
No.
So I've been handling it for the both of us.
Yeah. Speaking of, I think my coffee is still warm, so I'm going to grab a cup. I will be right back.
All right.
All right.
Martin Tabby says they're going to be starting their productivity tomorrow. That is good. I have found that as a challenge when hosting hangouts. Why? You should definitely come do a hangout with me. I can't promise I'll be very entertaining, especially early in the morning. I'll probably be kind of groggy. Adam, you have to get up in 6 hours. Why? I'm glad you're here, but why are you here? You should be sleeping. I really don't. I don't have any experience with Oscar de la Renta totes, much less the clothes. I don't think I've ever listed that brand. Not to say that I wouldn't look it up if I found it in a thrift store, but I've never personally listed one, so I really can't say. So if anybody in the chat knows about that for Jamie, and I could help her out. I was Skits. I was camera shy. I guess I'm not anymore, but I think a glass of wine helps. So, but I like to talk, so I think that's my thing too. And my family, I kind of get the blank stares when I start talking about reselling. So I figured I would come on here and talk to you guys about reselling. Because seriously, like, I was showing my mother-in-law some things that I picked up at Goodwill a few days ago. And it's not that she didn't care. I just don't really think that she understood. She doesn't get excited about it like I do. I mean, she was glad that I was telling her that I got really good stuff. So she doesn't get the thrill of it. And it's all because they don't know the brands and they don't know the prices and the worth. I mean, I come in here and I'm like, I paid $6 for this and I'm going to sell it for $75. They're like, oh, okay. You took a bag of Amazon Media to the bowling league tonight. What do you mean? Like you took books? Sorry, I feel like I'm a little oblivious to what you mean by Amazon Media. Please clarify. Does anyone use the message system here on YouTube? Um, are you talking about comments, like comments on videos? Because I don't really know of a different message system on YouTube. Adam, you might have to. You guys probably have to tell me because I'm pretty new to doing YouTube live videos. Scott says it disappeared. The message system disappeared 6 months ago. That's probably why I don't know about it. Skits, how did Posh make you mad? I'm curious. I'm scrolling back up in the chat to see if I missed anything. Yes, I use Instagram Messenger daily. Marie, they just fired a new one about a month ago. What are you talking about? I don't know. The app closed itself twice trying to relift the same pair of jeans. I've never had that problem. Watch me have that problem like tomorrow or something now that I've said it. I'm sorry that happened to you. There's my husband's arm. If you guys came in later in the chat, this is actually our bedroom. And that little right there, that's our bed. So yeah, I'm working in a very small reselling space slash desk. This house was built in the 50s and we have built-in cabinets. I would show you, but I'm working on the desktop right now. So I don't have a lip to clip my IKEA lamp to light up my space a little bit more. So I'm working with the ceiling fan light right now. So if you're wondering why Jason looks so glorious in all his shining light over there and I'm over here in the dark, Skit says it'll be okay. Just maybe throw it down and check out school stuff for tomorrow instead. Yeah, that's Jeremy. They say hi to you. They said hey to you. I don't know if you guys heard. I have it in my AirPod right now, but he says say. $110 offer on a $200 item. That's like not even that's that's barely more than half price. And at least you're getting offers. I'm not getting any offers right now. I have cross posted so much stuff over the last few days. Let's go look and see what's going on. Poshmark. I do have one like. See if I can get a sale out of this one. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's a One Direction t-shirt. So I'm going to try to see if I can get a sale out of this. This shirt has so many likers. I'm going to do free shipping just for the hell of it. Throw somebody a bone. Does my husband help with my business? Not with listing or shipping. He does help me take stuff to the post office sometimes, and he doesn't really go with me to find things for listing and selling on eBay or whatever platform, but he has pulled things from his personal collection, like things he's bought for himself in the past that he's ready to part with. He'll walk over and put those kinds of things on my desk and tell me to list them. So I guess that's helping. That's bringing money back to our household. So I would say yes in certain aspects, but mostly no. He doesn't do like the grunt work part of it. Adam says he misses IKEA, but there's too much walking. Maybe I'll try going in a few weeks. We really like IKEA, but our closest one is in Indy, so we go most of the times when we go to the Indy bins, which, like I said, I've probably been to the Indy bins 3 times because it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes away from us. So I've been to IKEA about 3 times because I don't, there might be one in Alabama, but there was not one close by to where I was in Tuscaloosa. But I really liked it. I guess if it was like I have to go to IKEA to buy everything, like if I had to go to IKEA weekly, I'd probably be really super burnt out on having to walk through all those trails and cut through this door to get to this department. Yep, you gotta love lowball offers. Well, at least on eBay, I have figured out that if somebody lowballs me, usually within the next day or so, somebody will come in and swoop that item up at the full price. Not always, but sometimes.
I used to sell nothing best offer. Like I used to not even have best offer turned on, but I turned on best offer and then like I'd get a flood of sales the moment I turned best offer on and then it just dies off. And now like I would occasionally get like a full price sale, like nobody would even bother with the best offer. But now for some reason, like that hardly ever happens to me. It's always an offer. But the thing is, like for me, like if it's $5 less than my asking price, usually I'll accept it. But if it's anything less than that, I'd say anything. I try to stay all like discounted about 20-25% at the most, usually with my best offers.
I mean, I've never really, I don't know, like I don't think about it on a percentage basis. I kind of just roll with offers as they come in.
Yeah.
Like, what is a decent offer? Like if I have something for $25, and I'm gonna share a little secret. I don't do free shipping.
I don't either.
I did do free shipping for a while, and I found that it did not help my sales. So I went back to charging for shipping. My sales picked back up. That is just me and my case basis.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that people go in and do free shipping or not do free shipping. That is just me.
Right. I mean, I sell predominantly shoes, and at $7 to, I think my average on shipping is around $8, $8.18 or $8.15, somewhere around there. I wouldn't be able to afford to do free shipping because a lot of times when people send, especially if you have best offer enabled, a lot of times when people send offers, when you have free shipping, they don't take into consideration that you have free shipping,
Right.
when an offer comes in, usually it's what the item would be typically priced at. And so then you're left eating the shipping. And another thing with free shipping is if it comes back as a return, like for instance with shoes, like it's really difficult for me to offer free shipping. I would be able to offer free shipping if I didn't lower my prices every day and I didn't offer like have best offer on. Then I could offer free shipping. But because I do those other things, for instance, if a return comes back for like, anything other than a not as described case, I'm left, in order to a full refund would also be refunding them the original shipping cost that I had to accrue by offering free shipping. So that's why I don't.
There was something I was going to say. I totally got sidetracked. Maybe it'll come back to me in a minute.
Well, I take that back. I do offer free shipping, but only on my clothing items. Because most everything I sell in clothing can either go in a flat rate envelope, either be shipped first class, and at most a padded envelope. So it's around $7 at the most. Adam asked if I have free returns. I do not have free returns.
I don't either.
I've considered it, but again, you have to look at what products I'm selling. You know, I'm selling shoes, and a lot of times, you know, people will just return because they don't like the way it fits or they don't like the way it feels. And I just don't feel like free returns would benefit me enough to make it worthwhile. Just my opinion.
I have also found that, like, if I have $7, normally I'll put like $7.50 shipping if it's priority, something that's going to go in a flat rate. I'll put $7.50 shipping on it if it's more in the pound. So I will have people make offers that cover the shipping. So like if I accepted their offer, it was like they're getting free shipping.
Scott said,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Scott said, what does shipping taste like? Better with salt?
So, and I know, okay, so I know this is supposed to be a working hangout, and I'm like talking about all the things, but I will have to see if I can figure out how to. I'll probably have to make like an Instagram post or something of it, and there's many people have done it. The workaround for the make offers to your watchers on eBay, I figured out how to do that last night.
You should make a YouTube video. I know that several already have, but I haven't sat down to really investigate it either. So I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in that.
It was super easy, but like the link that I found from someone else, like someone else made an Instagram post about it, and so I copied down the link and I posted it, and like it kept sending me to this, like, this page could not be found on eBay. So I was like, what the crap? And so I further investigated down into somebody's comments on their Instagram post, and it said that you had to capitalize a certain letter in the link that wasn't capitalized when they showed the picture of it. So sure enough, I went in and capitalized that one letter in that link, and it let me send. I sent like 12 offers to people. So
wow,
yeah, it was really simple.
Have you had luck with it?
Not yet, but I think the offers are valid for 48 hours, and it might have been 24 hours now.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll see. I sent offers like on the highest amount, the items with the highest amount of watchers. So, and then like some of them, it wouldn't let me send, even though they had watchers, but there were so few watchers. Like it was like things with like 3 watchers on them. It wouldn't let me send for some reason. I don't know what the criteria is though to be able to send them. But I had items that had like 4, 5, and 6 watchers or so or more, and let me send offers to those people. Fine. So it's probably just got to have like 2 or more watchers or something. But I should definitely do the research on that and find out and do a video.
Star City Picker said that they've had good luck with sending offers. That's good to know. Might be something to investigate further.
So Star City Picker, how often can you send offers? You know those details? because it's like Poshmark. Um, After so long with sending so many offers, it only sends to your new watchers. Like if you've already sent a 10% offer to the 3 likers you had, if somebody new comes along, they'll be the only person to get that 10% offer. I hope that made sense. Star City Figure says, I've noticed that I only get ones with more than one watcher. You best to leave us, Adam. Adam says he's getting sleepy.
I got.
That's me. Like whenever I'm watching somebody, and Scott knows, I'm sure he's probably seen it in the chat of his and Shane's videos. I'm always like, no, stay alive.
Yeah, these working outs actually help me because they keep me motivated, and I got people to talk to.
So do you have your phone on where we could hear you teaching if you do? I think mine's on where I can. So far, no luck though.
It is now. I can't guarantee it's going to happen though. Oh, lately.
I got to roll over so I can see what my scale says. So I know how I do my clothing items when I'm listing them, and when I weigh them, and I really don't want to get anybody confused by saying this, but I generally add, okay, so I put my, like, say, the sweater that we were talking about earlier, I put it on the scale, and it says 11 ounces. And I'm not putting it in a poly mailer right now, but that's how I would ship it. Excuse me. So it says 11 ounces just with me because I've been reselling for a very long time. I just add like 3 ounces to it because I know it's going to go in a poly mailer and it's going to be less than that. Like at 11 ounces, it's probably not even going to hit 12 ounces. But I go ahead and like up it like 3 ounces so I know that I'm covered. And then I can just change it back down when I'm going to ship, like to 12 ounces or whatever. That's probably bad advice, shipping? But do what?
Do you use calculated shipping?
No.
I mean, that's not.
I don't do that because someone who is buying, like someone who's in California, is going to pay a ton of money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And when I know I can stick it in a flat rate mailer and send it for $7.50 or whatever the $7.50 is flat rate poly mailer, whatever that sends for now to California, I don't want to make them pay like an outrageous amount.
Right.
Lanchar Picker says already in bed. Not too long for me. Star City Picker says you can send offers once a day. Or at least I think that's what that was relevant to. Skits Emporium is saying that you can leave it calculated shipping and select the flat rate padded. Yeah, I just like, I've never had any issue. I usually do Now, this is just on a me basis. This is what I've always done. I've never had any problem with it. I usually go with $4.99 for first class shipping, and that's up to 16 ounces. So anything under a pound will generally go in a poly mailer if it's clothing, or go in one of like the 4x6x6 eBay boxes, or something that's not going to make it add that much weight to your item. And then if it's a clothing item again, I will put it at $7.50 priority shipping if I can fit it into a flat rate mailer. I've just never had problems doing it that way. And that way I have the freedom to go from 1 ounce to 16 ounces.
Yeah.
So.
Do you utilize pirate ship at all? Like, do you have anything in boxes?
I probably use it right now. I'm probably 90. I'd say 90% clothing on eBay, but I'm trying to work towards hard goods. So less clothing, more hard goods.
Yeah, that's smart, especially with in the summer clothing. Clothing gets kind of slow.
So, but yes, I have used the pirate ship, and I have saved several dollars several times. Like where something would normally be like $9, it ended up being like $7 or $7.50.
Right.
So yeah, I've saved a good bit of money doing the pirate ship so far. If you guys aren't doing that, I recommend getting on it.
Get on it.
Adam says he was doing $4 and $8. I mean, if that's working for you and your items are in that amount, that's good. I just I find that some of my items end up running me like $4.30 something, stuff like that. So I generally put it at $4.99 because I know that $4.99 will cover my cost for a first class item.
Y'all would probably think I was the devil if I told you what I did. With shoes, what I usually do is this is the reason why I really like starting my listings in the mobile app. It's because it'll give you a suggested shipping weight, which is pretty accurate usually, and a shipping size box and stuff like that as well. What I usually do at that point is I'll leave the weight the same, and then the box size I'll change to a 12 by 10 by 8, regardless of what it was, and I'll use calculated shipping. So if somebody's gonna probably typically pay anywhere between $8 to $11, sometimes $12 for shipping, but I ship using 12 by 15 inch poly mailers and using pirate ship. So it might cost me $8 to ship the item, around $8 to ship it, and they may have paid $10, maybe $11 in shipping. But I don't send everything in a poly mailer. It's just like the tennis shoes and the sandals and stuff like that. I'll usually ship in a poly mailer. Now, the larger size men's shoes, I'll have to ship those in a box. Any boots or anything that's like, say, over a $50 sale, I'll ship in a box. But everything else usually goes in a poly mailer. And so I do end up making a little bit of money on the shipping side of things, but it's there to help me pad the fees, the eBay fees and
Definitely.
And stuff like that. So
Scott says, I already confused Jason with the devil.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Star City Picker says the rates are changing the 27th. Use calculated and let the buyer enjoy the postal increase. Oh, man. Rolling with the punches, huh? Todd's doing a live hangout also for all you night owls.
Who is?
Todd,
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of ashamed to say that I don't know who that is. I don't think. Maybe I just don't know their first name. I probably know them by their YouTube name. Hey, Chris. He says, I'm glad this thing fit in a regional box. Oh, Flippin' Hustler. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I don't know why I didn't recognize their first name, Adam.
Funny. Chris is talking to himself again. I'm gonna mess up here and I'm copying and pasting descriptions from eBay to Poshmark. I'm gonna mess up here in a second and paste it into the group chat. That's what's about to happen.
Yeah, well, then we would have proof that you're really working, though.
Me, myself, and I. If anybody wants to jump in on this live hangout, you guys are more than welcome. Just say the words and we'll send the link.
God.
Oh, Scott said the real truth. Jason uses shipping as a profit center, so no free shipping. Come on. It's not that much profit. It's just to help offset the cost of doing business.
That's the truth. Oh, Chris, you'd be fine.
We don't care. Bye, smart and savvy gal. Thank you for coming. God. That old man gives me a hard time all the time. Hell, if he didn't, I'd be worried I did something wrong.
Let's see. I guess I should probably get back to doing something. Unless anybody wants to join, I can send them the link.
Scott, you want to hop in? He's probably laying in bed right now.
Good night, Adam. So I share my items to my personal Facebook page and the obvious Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest links that they give you after the box that pops up says you've listed your item for sale. Do you do all of that too? Like list it to your personal Facebook?
Do I list it to my personal Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't promote anything of mine on my personal Facebook. I think I'd probably start seeing friends drop like flies if I did that.
I had one person say something to me like years ago, and I'm still friends with her on Facebook. So she probably doesn't see my items. She probably blocked my post, but is still friends with me. So, but otherwise, I post to my personal Facebook page every day and have tons of people liking my stuff. I mean, I guess it's just personal. I get it. You don't want to spam your friends, but so far I haven't had anybody but that one person say anything several years ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it in my opinion. I just don't.
I know they give you the option to like click to share it to a group or what is it? Let's see.
Now, what you might consider doing is opening up a business Facebook page and linking that to your eBay.
Well, see, I did that. I had a personal Facebook business page, and I didn't really have any traffic off of it. And I did. I shared that to my personal Facebook page, and I had a ton of followers, but I wasn't getting any any traffic off of it. So
Yeah.
I just ended up closing it down because I got tired of working on it. And it basically is the same. Like Instagram is, to me, posting on Instagram is basically the same thing. Yeah, Skits Emporium, same. Jamie says her friends would not care. Yeah, same, Chris. It's 127 here. I don't blame you, Scott. I'd let her sleep too. Tony says, what am I smoking? Need some stuff from Oregon. Unfortunately, it's just nicotine. Speaking of.
Scott. Ass pads. He's had so much success with ass pads. It's funny.
I don't. I can't even say it without cracking up.
Gotta say it with a southern drawl. Ass pads.
So opinions. I need opinions from people in the chat. I have been told so many times that I do not sound Southern. I was born and raised in Alabama, and I was there for 32 years. And I'm not trying to play it off. I'm speaking like I normally speak. Do I sound Southern?
Say the word Southern again.
Southern.
Yes.
Alabama.
Alabama.
But so many people who, well, I mean, yes, I have ran across some people here in Indiana that they will ask me, where are you from? And I'll tell them Alabama. And they're like, I can tell. But in Alabama, everybody was like, we know you've been here all your life, but you don't sound very Southern. It's the weirdest thing.
Star City Picker said, say ice.
Ice.
Ice. I think they were looking for someone to say ice.
Right.
Almost like a cross between ice and ass.
Yeah, right. I figured as much. Lazy Slacker says Skits made me stop playing World of Warcraft and do 2 packages.
Star City Picker said, say wrestling. Wrestling.
And see, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so my father-in-law watches wrestling.
There it is. She said law. Father-in-law.
I swear, y'all. I did say y'all, because I do say y'all a lot. And I have caught myself saying folks.
Folk.
And that's like,
you don't say yonder, like down yonder or over yonder.
I don't say those things. I don't say that because, like, when people say yonder and stuff, I think like, wow, hillbillies.
My grandmother used to say yonder a lot. A lot.
I'm sure my relatives do too. But I just me personally, I have never thought that I sounded very Southern. And I got a lot of that from Alabama people who are Southern. Like, And I can hear it in their voices, but when I speak, I don't hear it. Marie said, I forgot the wrestling part.
Oh man,
Scott's
using
plural
words
of
I don't
y'all
even
is
know.
you and them. Yeah, well.
What is that? Scott's using words I don't even know how to pronounce. Colloquialisms? Is that right?
Something like that.
Dang. Make me look dumb.
Catawampus.
Catawampus.
Tony says I definitely have a southern accent. Well, I guess that's my roots. It's just
Star
so
City
crazy.
Picture. Have you seen the midgets ice wrestle?
I haven't seen the midgets ice wrestling. No.
Plural of y'all is you and M. You and M. You and M. You didn't go down there to the local Walmart and pick up all them light bulbs, did you?
Now, I'm not calling my mom a redneck or anything like that, okay? She's a very classy southern lady. But I talk to her on FaceTime a lot. And she says, I'm going to throw it away.
Throw it away.
I'm like, you're going to throw it away? I'm going to throw it away. I'm like, you left out an R.
Is it a thingamajig or a whatchamacallit?
We kind of went down a rabbit hole with this southern thing, but I don't hate it.
Tractor Supply. Hey, we have a bunch of those. Thank you.
We don't have Tractor Supply. What's it? I can't even think of the name of the place. Dang. A doohickey. No, see, I'm not that southern. I'm probably about a Scott southern.
Scott's pretty southern.
I'm trying to think of the other things that my mom says. My favorite is so, though. Just the whole deletion of the R. Oh, another one. It's kind of along the same line. She'll be like, I listened through the whole thing. Again, deleting the R. Listen through the whole thing.
I'm going to have to remember that, Skits. They said that Tractor Supply is sourceable from, so might have to walk in there and try some arbitrage at the old Tractor Supply. I once tried to buy a John Deere wall clock from the fine people at P&K Equipment that sell a lot of John Deere equipment. They wouldn't come off the price, so I said no thanks. I wanted it. Not for a personal... Well, I wanted it if it was cheap enough, I was going to keep it. But if it was, if it was a little bit costly, I was going to resell it.
Did I just see a dog back there? Or a cat?
That's a dog. What are you doing, Lila?
Oh, I need to see the baby.
You're a pretty girl. Let's say hello.
Oh my goodness, how cute.
Say hi. This is my fur baby. This is Lila. And that's Patches. Good Lord, you're going to claw the heck out of me. All right, come
on. So speaking of, the other day my mom told me that she got one of those Ring doorbells off of the Home Shopping Network. And yeah, they have dogs, and they also have those shot collars on them so they can't go past the line in the yard. And she says, I'm so worried about getting all these notifications from Jax running across the front porch, setting off the Ring doorbell. So like my phone battery's gonna be dead.
Yeah, we have 2.5 acres of land here on my house. And instead of building an expensive fence around the property to keep the dogs in, we just have an imaginary boundary for them. So
Did
it's
those
like
collars ever die and the dogs would like run out everywhere?
We keep a pretty close eye on the light flashes on the collars when the batteries are getting low.
because that happened to my sister. Her dog, I guess the collar died on it, and they live in a subdivision, so the dog was like up in the very top part of the neighborhood. My sister was driving around calling the dog.
We've had to do that a couple of times. For sure.
So, well, I guess I'm about to wrap it up. Jeremy's over here making smart comments.
Oh, yeah. Like what? About time?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He's over here playing his Warframe, so I'm probably interrupting him talking so loudly. He's got his headphones on and talking to somebody online in the games. I don't know if you guys play games like that, but
the only game I play is Call of Duty.
Yeah, you haven't done Call of Duty yet, right? Or have you? No. He said, poof.
Oh, whatever. You either hate it or love it.
I don't know anything about it. I may have to get into it though. That may be how I get him to like stop. If I say I want to play, I'd probably be so annoying at it that he'd be like, "We gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this." So
either that or just start whooping his tail at it and making him look bad, and maybe he'll stop then too.
Probably so. I probably know about as much about this game as he does right now because I have that right here. Like literally, my screen is right here, and like his screen is right there.
Yeah.
So we're about a foot away. So, all right, guys. Well, I am gonna go because I'm gonna get ready for bed because my 7-year-old will be up at probably 6 a.m. So yeah, I will get up and probably get my day started again because I got to start getting used to my husband going to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, and that starts on the 16th. So I have just a few days to get myself back in the routine of getting up earlier. So, but we thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight and everybody stopping in. Sorry if I didn't answer all your questions, but if you want to leave it down in the comments, I will come back later on and see if I can help you out.
For sure, guys. Definitely, please subscribe to Tracy's channel if you haven't, and hit the like button. Definitely hit the bell also so you get notified when she comes online or uploads new videos.
Yes, definitely. I plan on putting a lot of new content out, so you guys stay tuned, and I look forward to talking to you all again in the future. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.